Oh, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy B Stacking here, back with another video. I'm NBA 2K21, my team, and today we're talking about that sweat in limited this weekend with no clamps on players. So I've got my ring, I got it in 2 games. So I'm just going to showcase some of the things that I did, the teams that I'm running with, so help you get that ring as we spin down these last few moments of the weekend. And just a reminder, locker codes are below me, so please utilize the locker codes. These are all active. I checked them right before I recorded this video, so utilize those locker codes down low. There's a few of them that expire here within the next 24 hours, so get those locked in so you don't miss out on the free things that 2K is giving us. And with that, let's get right into today's video. Perfect. Let's get right into it. So here's the squad that I ran with here in my first limited game. And I say that because I made some adjustments based on some of the things that I learned after the first game. So let me showcase a few things here in the second game. I'm not going to show you the first game. The guy ended up quitting. I don't know if he got disconnected or if he just ended up quitting. I don't know why he quit. He was up by 4 when he did, but it is what it is. Actually, in fact, you can see here, the RNG guys kind of presented me with an idols pack, the Kevin Durant idols pack, which I was tempted to take, but I have a rule in my mind: if I don't have my ring yet, I always go to the right, and I ended up being blessed with 1,000 MT. So that's what I ended up getting out of the first game. And then the adjustments I made, just let me go back here and show you the team that I ran with. You can see I got Steph at the 1, I got James Silas, I got Glenn Rice, Anthony Davis, and Jokic. And then I've got some other players that I could plug and play in on the bench. And I did that intentionally because I needed to make sure that I had the full gamut, kind of covered. If you watched my last video, you would have seen that I built this team the way that I did just in case I needed to have some height at the 1. And I did end up making adjustments in the first game to do that. I put Oscar at the 1, ended up moving Steph to the 2, and I also ended up bringing James Harden in. So that helped me put together a little bit of a comeback, and then the guy ended up quitting. But that being said, here's the second squad that I ran with. So you can see I went in with Oscar at the 1, Steph at the 2, I kept Glenn Rice in at the 3, and then obviously Anthony Davis and Jokic. I did change the bench to just James Harden, John Morant. You can call that lineup cheese. I don't really care. But I did that mainly so I'm not wasting contracts on some of the other cards. But again, it is what it is. I did end up putting some shoes on some players. You can see I added a diamond shoe to Steph. I had some extras laying around. In a previous video, I talked about how I picked up a few of those off the market for very, very cheap. So went ahead and added some shoes to the squad overall, just to give some better balance, some better rebounding for Jokic, and some better inside presence for Jokic, and then obviously some better shooting for both Oscar. Steph doesn't need better shooting, but that shoe comes with it, but he gets additional speed and some other benefits there. So that's the team that we rocked with. So let me go into this game because I actually really like what they did with limited this weekend, because it's focused on true defense. Basically, if you don't know the limitation, if you can't play cards that have a clamps badge. Doesn't matter if you added it, doesn't matter if it came with it. If it has a clamps badge, you can't touch it. Okay, so it's ineligible for this weekend's limited games. So I actually like that because it shows the people that know how to play true defense. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm the best defender in 2K, but I'm pretty good at defense, and I'm going to show you some of the things that I did in making adjustments in this second game, where I did end up winning my ring. So let's jump into that here really quick. You can see here in this game, it's very tight in the up front, and I want to show you a few possessions here in the up front because it showcases the defensive issue that I had, and then I want to talk about what I did to address that defensive issue. So let me play this here real quick. You're gonna see oh, actually, I'm sorry, this here is actually what you want to do in these games. Pick and roll all day long. Pick and roll, get you a good point guard that can dish the rock. Pick and roll every single time. So this next time down the floor, you're going to see the defensive issue. So I typically play with my center, and you can see he's riding Morant. So I wanted to give this a few possessions to see if this was going to be a consistent thing. It did end up being a consistent thing. So you're going to see here in this next one, you're going to see he basically does the same thing. So I'm using Jokic, I'm using my center. He goes right around Oscar. So I said, okay, I need to address this. I find myself to be a pretty decent defender. So essentially what I ended up doing is I ended up playing on the ball only on Ja Morant. If you've seen some of my other videos, and actually here in the top, somewhere here at the top of the screen, you're going to see a card for my suggestion video on defense. It's on domination, but there's some significant defensive tips in there, as well as defensive settings and offensive settings that I suggest for you to utilize in these games, because it's going to help you significantly in terms of how your team plays defense and what you're able to do, and also matchups if you do need to make matchup changes. So that being said, here's how I fixed this issue. I started playing Oscar Robinson directly and started playing on the ball defense. So you can see here, I do get crossed. Jokic adds some help, but here I get an on the ball steal because I'm playing on the ball. So, or I'm playing on Ja Morant. So I get a nice little easy steal there. That was one example. And then we get here, you can see that I'm stepping up here at half court. So I'm coming up on him directly to meet him at half court. I want to put pressure on him. I want to make him uncomfortable. And you can see in this play, that's exactly what happens. The game is tied. It's the second quarter, so there's no reason to be uncomfortable, but he starts making mistakes. And we get a nice steal out of that, and we come down and we miss. We take a bad shot with Curry, but that is what it is. It happens. It's basketball. So the next one here that I want to show you is we're into the third quarter. Okay, he's up by 1, and you can see he gets by me. However, I still contest. I get to the bucket to contest. So when you get passed up, and somebody goes by you, go straight to the rim. Go straight to the rim, especially in a game mode like this. Get to the rim, get ready to contest. And this is the nice thing about having a guard that's a little bit bigger in size, is you have a much better opportunity to contest and force a missed shot. And the last one here I'm going to show you, this is where he started to get a little frustrated after this, and I think that's why he started to quit, or he went to quit. But again, he's driving to the cup, he's trying to get a bucket under the rim. Ball can't enter the basket from under the rim. So Mob Rock, another turnover. So you can see here in this game, I'm up by 2. Lo and behold, before this, I was actually down by 6 points. At the end of the towards the end of the second quarter, I was down by 6, and ended up being able to come back by playing this type of defense, forcing turnovers, making him super uncomfortable. So you'll see here, you can tell he got frustrated because this next play right here, he actually leaves Glenn Rice wide open. He left him wide open. Basically, it seemed like he gave up. Left him wide open, got an easy layup, bucket, right? So now I'm only up by 5 right now. So there's no reason for there to be any sweatiness going on right now. But a couple possessions later, he goes down, he missed a shot. I went down, I missed a shot. So the score's the same in this next clip, but he passes the ball in, you'll see here, and he throws to McCollum. He tries to get a bad 3 up, and this then leads to his quit. So you can see I got up under his skin. He got frustrated. He couldn't make shots anymore. He was turning the ball over, all because of that type of defense. And lo and behold, we came down, got out of the menus, and we got our ring. But we got faced with tokens, went to the right, ended up getting our ring as we suspected. So like I said, the whole purpose of this, and I've been saying this since day one, defense. So ensure you play rock solid defense. That's what this weekend's limited is all about. Go out, get that ring, and move on. I decided not to do the 5 limited games. I got my ring in 2. I decided not to do the 5 limited games for 600 XP. Like I said in my last video, We're going to be balancing both MLB The Show, since that just dropped. I did pre-order the game. I got the deluxe version. It officially launches on Tuesday the 20th, and then I'll be bouncing back and forth between that and 2K. I'm at level 36 right now in 2K, so I'm pretty good. I'm sitting pretty good. I'm roughly just under 10,000 away from 37. There's plenty of XP out there. I'm going to pick up some players off the market and finish up some of those XP challenges or agendas, and I'll be level 40 in no time, probably in the next week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, just depending on how MLB The Show goes. So look out for MLB The Show. As always, if you like the video, appreciate if you subscribe if you like what I'm doing here, as well as sharing the video with anybody that has interest in the fantasy world of sports video games. And what I mean by that is NBA 2K, MyTEAM, MLB The Show, Diamond Dynasty. We may add a few to the repertoire as we move throughout the year, but we'll see what happens. So I appreciate you. Again, like the video if you like the video, subscribe, share, and until next time, peace out.